Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else. A short comedic series here on BBC Radio 4 for anybody who's ever felt at odds with the rest of the human race. A show for anybody who's ever woken up in the morning, looked around them and thought, oh no, not this again. A show where we'll be examining the difficulties of living in this dirty little world amongst escalating hordes of irksome, money-grubbing degenerates in broken societies that cripple us all with silly rules and regulations we neither care for nor agree with. And now, please welcome to the stage your host for this glittering, fun-packed, light entertainment extravaganza is me, the little-known stand-up comedian, Andrew Lawrence. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's lovely. Thank you. Welcome to What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else. My name's Andrew Lawrence. Tonight I shall be performing an amusing critique of the effort we all put into our personal appearance and the pressure we all feel to look good. Now, I think it's fair to say I'm not the best-looking man in the world. I know I'm not. I asked my girlfriend, I said, am I the best-looking man in the world? She said, no, Andrew. Looking at your face is a bit like reading in the car. For 10 minutes it's all right, then you start to feel a little bit sick. She's right, I know I'm quite an odd-looking man. I sound odd as well. I look odd and I sound strange. Most gigs I do, I walk on stage, immediately acknowledge the fact that I've got ginger hair and a creepy face and a voice like a sex offender. Because I feel like if I don't, audiences are sitting there a little bit baffled and confused, thinking, what's going on in a comedic sense? God's given this man so much to work with, and yet he's using none of it. How could this be? Because I've got ginger hair, I'm also quite a pasty man. Goes with the territory, really. And disastrously, when I was a kid, my parents used to take me and my sister on some holidays, some horrendously hot countries. Because my mum's an Irish lady and she's obsessed with the sun. And we get to these places and she'd say, Andrew, put on your swimming trunks, go and run around outside in the sun for 10 hours. Don't worry about sun lotion, you don't need any sun lotion. Don't worry about wearing a hat, just go and run around in the searing, baking, unforgiving, brutal heat for 10 hours. Look at you, you've already been out in the sun for an hour, you've got a lovely, healthy, bright red colour about you. And I would go run around in the sun for 10 hours, I'd come back inside, go to bed, wake up the next morning, Mum, I can't move, I'm in agony. Don't worry about that, Andrew, you're just not used to the sun yet, get back out in the sun for 4 or 5 hours. You'll feel better. I want to go to the hospital. You don't need to go to the hospital, you need to get back out in the sun. I've had enough sun. Have you still got your skin left? Some of it, then you haven't had enough sun. Get out of the sun. Anyway, I'm a ginger pasty man, and these are not facets of my personal appearance I'm particularly pleased with, but I suppose none of us are ever entirely happy with the way that we look. I mean, the human body is an incredible piece of engineering, isn't it? But it's also flawed, it's dysfunctional, requires constant, irritating, time-consuming maintenance. And I've got a regrettable tendency to let things go to seed a little bit. No, I went to the dentist recently for the first time in 8 years. Disgraceful, isn't it? 8 years. I paid £60 for a filling. I couldn't believe how expensive it was. A Spanish dentist. I'd never heard of such a thing. I didn't even know such things existed. Open wide. I'm opening wide. Open a little bit wider. This is very wide. Open wider. My face is splitting now. I'm going to drill a little hole in one of your teeth. It's going to be uncomfortable and embarrassing. You're going to feel your whole skull rattling around inside your head. It's only going to take 6 or 7 minutes, and then you're going to pay me the equivalent of a whole day's wages for someone who works in Pizza Express. Shall we begin? Yes, why not? I can't think of a better way to spend my time and money. Seriously, £60 for a filling? If it's any cheaper, just go ahead and knock the whole tooth out. I'll stick some Lego in there or something. I'll manage somehow. And honest as well, that's the last thing I want from a dentist is honesty. This is going to be excruciating. This will be the most pain you have ever felt in your life. I'm going to scrape the instrument all along your gums. You're going to scream and cry like a little girl. I'm going to laugh in your face. I don't like the dentist. I don't like it. I go to the opticians more regularly because I have to, really. My eyes are rubbish. Last time I went to the opticians, I paid £200 for a pair of rimless spectacles. Ridiculous. But I can't wear them even because I took them home. I said to my girlfriend, how do these look? She said, they make you look like a psychopathic architect, Andrew. But I don't... She put me off my glasses, so I wear contact lenses. They're not very comfortable. They're a little bit like parents' contact lenses. The older they get, the more they irritate you, then you lose one of them, and the one that's left behind gives you a constant headache. That's harsh, but it's quite funny, though. Monthly contact lenses. Each set of monthly contact lenses lasts about a week. They feel like they're slicing your eyeballs open. A 3-month supply lasts 3 weeks. I go back to the opticians for a spare set. They treat me like a common criminal. What happened to the 3-month supply we sent you? They ran out after 3 weeks. They're rubbish. Best thing is if you wait another couple of months till we send you a next supply, I'll just stagger around blind till then, shall I? Stumbling out in front of traffic, what a good idea. Why don't you just wear your glasses? I bought them in here. They broke after a week. I could sellotape them to my face, but frankly, I don't think it would do wonders for my social life, which, if I'm honest, is not exactly bustling and busy at the best of times. Given that even without the sellotape, those glasses apparently make me look like a psychopathic architect. Anyway, wonky teeth, blurry vision. I suppose, in summary, what I'm trying to say is I'm not exactly a paradigm of physical perfection, but we've all got something wrong with us one way or another, haven't we? We just try and make the best of what we're given because we live in a world in which we're all judged on our personal appearances, the way we look, the clothes that we wear. These things can have an enormous impact on our quality of life, can't they? I buy a lot of my clothes from the cheap discount shops. People say, Andrew, don't buy your clothes from the cheap discount shops, it's unethical. All those clothes have been made by Indonesian orphans in sweatshops. I couldn't care less, because I remember when I was 11 years old, every Wednesday morning, I was forced to get up at the crack of dawn, go to school, double physics in the morning, maths and geography before lunch. In the afternoon, they forced me to play rugby for 2.5 hours, my head in a scrum, some dirty bugger's arm up between my legs, grabbing my bits and pieces. 15 fat grizzled oafs trying to sit on top of me, break my back. Compared to that, the way I see it, a little bit of shoe stitching seems positively enticing. I find the whole process of shopping for clothes entirely joyless. Any time I go anywhere near a shoe shop, before I'm even in the front door, the shop assistant's on top of me straight away, like, can I help you? I don't know what you sell yet, I'm not in the actual shop. Could be shoes, it could be golf clubs, I'm not a gambling man. I don't want to take any risks, I've come in for a pair of size 9s. If I get home and find I bought myself a putter, I'm not going to be best pleased. The best idea is if you shuffle off over the other end of the shop, I'll come and get you if I need you, yeah? But in the disappear, I'm in the shop 45 minutes trying to get someone's attention. Like, excuse me, can I try this? Sorry to bother you. Can anyone see me? Is this a shop or some sort of shoe museum? What's going on? And then the question remains of what to do with your hair. People pay astronomical sums for the right hairstyle, don't they? Last time I went to hairdressers, I thought I'd try somewhere different for a change. Catastrophic error of judgment. I went to swanky hairdressers. There's 30 people working in this place doing the same job, different job titles. Who would you like to see? The stylist, the junior stylist, senior stylist, style director, creative director, artistic director, senior director of artistic creation, stylistic director of creative assistance. Who would you like to see? Just someone with fingers and scissors and a good eye for symmetry. Jackie? And this lady's cutting my hair. She's a nice lady, but you know, orange, and she said, what do you do for a living? I couldn't face the truth. What do you do for a living? I said, I drive a bus. What bus? Just a big red bus. What sort of salary are you on? An annual one. I bet you get some difficult customers. Oh, yes. What's your most difficult customer? The man with the hat. Why is it difficult? He just used to wear all different sorts of hats. Why is that difficult? He used to shit on the floor. That is difficult. Yes, you never knew it was him, a different hat every time. Always in disguise. And, where are you going on your holidays this year? The woodland! What woodland? Any woodland. Far away from you and your tedious conversation. What are you going to do in the woodland? Squirrel stamping. Is that popular? I enjoy it. Didn't it get a little bit irritating chasing around all over the place after squirrels all the time? That's the beauty of it. First day, catch a squirrel, stamp on it, come back the next day, it's still there, it's going nowhere. He's broken his back, carry on stamping on it. What a lovely story. I'm going to Faliraki. Really? I couldn't care less. Cut my hair, you vapid ne'er-do-well. That's what I came in for. We all drag ourselves down to the hairdressers from time to time, and we sort ourselves out with the right clothes, but it's still not enough, is it? 'Cause society demands that we keep in shape as well. We're all constantly encouraged to obsess about our bodies and the food that we eat. It's impressionable teenage girls all across the country having a competition with each other to see who can starve themselves the most effectively. I don't eat wheat, I don't eat dairy, I don't eat anything with a high GI index, don't eat complex carbohydrates, don't eat hydrogenated fats. Sometimes I'll have an apple, have a bite, I'll chew it, I'll swallow it, I'll stick it back up again. I'm so skinny, I'm 4.5 stone, my hips are so sharp, if a midget ran at me, I'd poke his eyes out. It's difficult to know what you can eat and what you can't eat these days, isn't it? If you believe the newspapers, nothing's healthy. All we're allowed to eat is green vegetables. I don't want green vegetables, they're bland and disgusting. If I got home late at night after a gig, there was nowhere else open, I opened my fridge, there was just green vegetables inside, I still wouldn't eat them. I'd go out and kill a fox. Maybe I use the green vegetables afterwards just to wipe the blood off my face. I don't know. Maybe. We all want to eat healthily, and we try to eat healthily, but the problem is the frenetic pace of modern life is we're all rushing around all the time. Sometimes all that's available to you is junk. When I was a teenager, I used to force-feed myself junk food because I wanted to get fat. People say, Andrew, why did you want to get fat? Because I was ginger, I had glasses, I just felt like it might be fun to have the full package. I go round to my parents' house, my mum will try to force-feed me. Have something to eat, Andrew. Just have my lunch, Mum. Have a chicken sandwich. I don't want a chicken sandwich. Have a cheese sandwich. I don't want any sandwiches, Mum. I'm not hungry. Have some soup. That's food, Mum. I don't want it. I don't want any food. You're not eating properly, Andrew. Look at the state of your face. It's all caved in. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My personal appearance doesn't meet with your approval. Not sure what I can do about that, really. Perhaps if I nipped out in the sun for 4 or 5 hours, maybe that would help. What do you think? Anyway, there we have it. We all put a lot of effort into our personal appearance, and the processes of trying to look good are irritating, time-consuming, expensive, and occasionally depressing. But whatever you look like, don't worry about it too much. There's no point worrying, is there? Beauty is a very subjective and ephemeral thing, and whatever you look like, you didn't choose. It was thrust upon you. You just got to embrace things and get on with life, haven't you? And it's important to remember that sooner or later, even the most beautiful, celebrated people of a generation end up looking rough as arseholes. And no amount of cosmetic surgery, exercise regimes, fad diets, or hanging around in dimly lit rooms will ever change that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, having dealt with the matter of personal appearance in a comprehensive fashion, I bring this episode of What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else to a close. Join me next week when I will be waffling on about something else equally trite and prosaic in exchange for a fistful of your license-free money. Thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Lawrence. Good night.
What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else was written and performed by Andrew Lawrence, and the producer was Jane Bertou.